guys, welcome back to the Mave Kitchen. It's good to see you again. Today we are doing a pan de muerto because we are celebrating Día De Los Muertos. It is a tradition here in the mestizo culture in Corozal. It is a tradition that we uphold and hold dear to our hearts as we celebrate our loved ones that have passed on to the other side. This recipe is pretty simple and easy. It has a teaspoon of orange zest, but here we're substituting vanilla, but 2 eggs and 1 yolk. Sure, we have a teaspoon of salt here on the side, a pound of flour, which is 3 cups and 2 tablespoons. I have a cup of sugar and a half cup of butter to room temperature. And here we have a cup of milk. So what I'm going to show you first is how to pre-start your yeast. So we'll put the milk into our microwave. And you just want to put it for about 1 minute. You don't want it too hot because yeast is a living organism and it's going to die if the milk is too hot. So pretty much here's a trick on how to test it if it's at the perfect temperature. We are going to take a little bit and we're going to put it here. This is the most sensitive part of your body right here. And if it doesn't burn or scald the top of your lip, you know we're good to go. So we're going to add the milk to the yeast. And I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of our sugar to this mixture, just so that the yeast has something to start with. And I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of flour. Okay, we're going to mix this together. And we're going to set it aside once you get it all the lumps out. And we're going to set it aside in a warm place. We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees. And so this is a very warm spot to put it. Okay, and we're gonna leave that there for about 10 minutes just so the yeast can start to activate and start to bubble up. And we'll start on the dough after that. I'm going to put on this flash guard and we're going to put in our sugar, the balance of our flour. Now most recipes will tell you to dump everything in together and mix it, but because I want a lighter, fluffier bread, I'm going to separate this from my dough to give the dough and the yeast a chance to form strong gluten structures, which is then going to give me a lighter, fluffier bread. So now you can see the dough is a little sticky still, but that's okay because when it raises, the texture of it's going to be a little bit different. And we're going to flour the surface when we roll it out and shape it by hand. So this is a good texture to have at this point because we want it to have that stretchy gluten structure, and we also want it to be a moist bread. We don't want it to be dry. And then now we're adding our room temperature butter to this mixture. Like this. I'm used to working with bread using my hands, so we're going to add it to the mixture. Alright, now we have our butter already mixed in with the dough. We're just going to take off our dough hook. And we're going to set this aside to cool. It all depends on the temperature of your kitchen, but I would say it would be about an hour. I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap so that it keeps all the moisture in, as we don't want this delicious bread to be dry. We are going to dust the surface of our counter. It's clean and dusted. Here you can see the dough has already doubled in size. If you can only smell the citrus and the orange zest in this. It's soft, moist bread. We are going to take our dough and we are going to divide it into 3 pieces. Then we're going to divide it. This part we're going to reserve to do the bones and the finishing part of our bread. We're going to take this one and we're going to divide it again into 3 pieces. And we're going to turn it into itself. Pull from the outer edge, tuck in, and then flip over to the bottom. And we're going to do this rolling motion. Take a look at my beautiful buns. Look at that. We have 6 buns. So now we're going to do the design, the signature design on top of the pan de muerto. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more flour and we're going to knead it in. Now we're going to cut about 3/4 of it off. There we go. We're going to take this portion here and we're going to cut it in 2, and then we're going to cut it in 3. So we have about 6 equal portions. We're going to cut that in half again because we need 12. Each bread is going to have 2 of the little bone portions. We're going to roll this into a ball, and now that we have a little ball, we're going to roll it in our palm to form a cylinder. And we're just like we play with Play-Doh when you're younger, we're going to form this cylinder. We're going to stretch it, and from the ball we're going to do the cylinders. Right? When you have a good cylinder portion like this, is about 2 inches long, we're going to take these 3 fingers. We're going to spread it open like this, and we're going to roll it. The little indented portions and the little knobs that are going to go on our pan de muerto. We're just going to indent here and indent here. Here's the last step for the pan de muerto. So we shaped the bread, we left it to rise about an hour, and we baked it. And there we go. It's all golden brown on the outside. Bottom is beautiful golden brown. So let's finish it off with some style. We're going to take our melted butter and brush it on the top. We want a generous coating, and we're going to dust it with sugar. You really want to coat every inch of your bread.